we moved, there was like a space open, and our car went through the open space, and then get hit by another car. So I like to say it was all God's favor that was upon our life. So me understanding that, I was like, we could have got hit 3 different ways. And as for some reason, at the end of the car crash, I was at like a complete peace. Like normally, if you guys know me, who know me, that's not my character to be at peace about something like that. And I got out the car and I was just calm, and I really wasn't understanding why. My back was hurting, but I think why I was at peace was like I was telling Corey, I was like, man, I realized that car crash, that's the end of the day, my purpose isn't done yet. Like, there's still more for me to do. And it was super cool though for me. It was like, wow. And the guy was like super scared. You know, he saw us get out the car. He was a small little dude. He was like, he was all nervous. I was like, you're good, bro. We're not gonna beat you up. Depending on what you tell the insurance, we might beat you up later. So he's happy. I just had to make that laugh. But he was super cool. He's like, I'm sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. I was like, man, it's all good, man. We're fine. My car's totaled. Your insurance is getting sued. We're gonna be good. You gave me my biggest commission ever, probably. So when you guys see Nail Brand had $300,000 a day, everybody said thank God. So that's what's gonna happen. But yeah, super grateful. I was supposed to be yesterday. I wasn't up to my back was tremendous like pain. But I'm grateful, man. I'm here with some amazing people. You guys got some phenomenal people at this event that's in this house. So before I say anything, I want to clap it up for one person who's phenomenal to me, who's super dope. You guys clap it for Victor the Dodge right here. Another person that is extreme, and we're going to go on and do this because I feel like everybody deserves this recognition. That's amazing to me. I feel like they always have my back, always have my heart. Clap it up for Rosie. This person is becoming like a new area marketer. Like every time I swipe my Facebook, I'm seeing posts. I'm like, I don't even know what they're doing yet, but I'm just amazed. First person I've ever commented on Facebook. Clap for Christian right here. Yeah. And then, you know, obviously one of my best friends, my left hand, my right hand man, Mike Williams, right? Clap up for him. And then Jeremy and Rock, clap it up for these two too. The rest of y'all ain't paid enough yet, so I'm just kidding. Now, clap it up for everybody else that's here too, though. A couple of years ago, I don't know why this is on my heart. I'm just going to talk about it just because it's on my heart. But a couple of years ago, everybody know e-commerce is, right? So I was doing Shopify, and I hate Stripe, so let me just put that out. So I hate Stripe. Stripe started holding my money, right? So I went and got a Chase merchant account. And I'm at the interview with the guy, and we're talking. I'm like, yo, I need a merchant account. This is what's happening. He's like, well, how much are you generating? I'm like, look, I'm making like $20,000 a day. He started laughing. He was like, nah, for real. I was like, I don't find it funny, but I'm really making like $20,000 a day. He was like, oh, you serious? I was like, yeah. What you mean? He was like, well, I'm gonna put you at a 50K month hold, and then as we see your numbers, we'll gradually upgrade your account to 500,000. He's like, just so we get you approved. I was like, all right, I guess. So, doing Shopify, integrate Chase with it, boom, scale my ads up. So first day I do like $25,000. Next day, $35,000. Next day, $40,000. So I'm loving it because you're getting paid every day, right? Chase is giving you your money the next day. I think the next day, $40K a day again. Day after that, $40K a day. So randomly, I checked my bank account on that Saturday, and like none of my money came in. So I was like, I'm spending like $10,000 a day on ads. Where my money at? It's kind of strange. So Monday comes, my ads still been running, money's still out of my account. Now mind you, I'm doing like 40K days. I'm spending $10,000 a day. So Monday comes, and I'm like, hey, you know, like, my money never hit my account. Probably an error you guys in. I can come pick up the cash. We can figure this out. And they're like, well, your merchant account is shut down. And I was like, what? Like, it's only been 5 days. How did I get shut down so fast? And they're like, well, due to high volume. I was like, I told you guys, I do 20K a day. So I called immediately. Who you gonna call? The guy. And he's like, oh man, you know what, bro? I didn't know you was gonna hit 50K so fast. It's in a whole other department that's in Ohio. They don't have a phone number. I was like, they don't have a phone number? Oh yeah, who got my money? This is weird. they're like, yeah, we can't reach out to him. So everybody knows who Britt is from my squad. She's a life coach. So Britt works for Chase. So now Britt heated up. She's like, yo, you got my brother's money. Like, what y'all doing? Like, and she don't even know about this. She worked for Chase forever. So she didn't hear about this branch that's in Ohio with no phone number. Was holding my money. So she going off, and they're like, ma'am, do you know him or something personally? So they start investigating, find out we're cool. They're like, send me an email. We're holding $97,000 for 8 months.
Oh, shit.
And then, if we find out there's enough chargebacks, we're going to hold it for another 6. So I was like, yo, I just got scammed. Hard. Like, hard by Chase. And so, there's nothing worse than opening up a bank account and you can't touch nothing. There's no feeling worse than that. Especially when you have bills coming in left and right. You're like, yo, I got the money to pay y'all, but it's stuck. So, I'm trying to dispute with them. I'm like, look, man, when we talked on the phone, y'all said this call will be recorded for quality purposes, right? They're like, yeah. So then they said, well, we can't find the call. I said, oh, y'all can't find the call. That's crazy. Now, listen to me. My head was jacked up. So let me just tell y'all what happened. I ended up spending money in the DR on the property, right? And then I ended up buying a Ferrari, right? So I was down to like $14,000 in my bank account with $97,000 on hold. And my mortgage was like $5,000 a month, car note, all that. So I was down to like my last. So nobody knew it, but I was like, yo. Yeah, you want to see my bills? So I was like, yo, I'm dang near broke. And I didn't know what I was going to do. So typically, I don't know if you guys have been in that place where it's kind of like you ain't got no type of income coming in. You don't know what to do. Like, you can't get a merchant account. Chase is thieving your money and probably using it for other people's withdrawals. Because it's just a computer number at the end of the day. That's right there. So they can keep the 97 while they use it for something else. And so I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do, right? And this is kind of going into what I'm talking about. And Jermaine kind of were in the same lane. So I love e-com, right? I love it. But before I did e-com, one thing that Frank Kern taught me that always stuck with me is if your name can't become an ATM, you're going to fail as an entrepreneur, right? And so that reiterated in my mind again. It's like, man, go back to the basics. Go back to what you do. And so I was like, man, I need to do a webinar. So I did this free webinar on e-com, did this free webinar on how to do 40K a day, and people started getting results, right? So the next webinar we did 2 weeks later, or a week later, we ended up doing on that webinar, I think I made over $80,000 in 2 weeks. We did a whole new mastermind, which was called the e-com mastermind. We did over 80 grand. So my account went from $14,000 to $96,000 in 14 days, right? And so that's not the point is the money. The point is when you kind of feel like you're at ground zero, when you kind of feel like everything's about to fall apart, and maybe you made a mistake, there's always a way for you to jump over that hoop, right? And that's like the most important part of your life. Whether it be financial, mental, physical, spiritual, whatever it may be, you have to get to that part where it feels like you're at rock bottom so that you can supersede it. Like, that's where the real challenge is. And for me, it was, Nate, you probably made the biggest mistakes in your life. You bought a Ferrari, you invested in this real estate, but who knew that I was going to have $96,000 on hold? I couldn't guess it. I didn't know. You know, I didn't know that was going to happen. But one thing I did know was I was too creative to stay broke. That's one thing I know. And the same thing I want to tell all you guys here at this mastermind. Like, I know some of you guys talking about, you know, you have to find yourself and you need a plan, you need this. The plan is don't be broke. The plan is very simple. Don't be broke. You're way too creative, you're way too smart, you're way too intelligent to be broke. Does anybody know anybody here that got some money? Know people that got money? Yep. Now, how many people know somebody that got money that's stupid? Everybody do it. Don't be mean. Right? Now, if you know somebody that's stupid that has money, and you know that you ain't got the money yet, you understand that you're way too creative to be broke. And that's one thing I have to learn for myself is we can come with 1,000 excuses of what's not working, why it didn't work, why it didn't happen for us, or you can find out that one solution. The solution is the one that's hard to find. Right? Everybody loves entrepreneurship. Who loves entrepreneurship? Raise your hand. Everybody loves the idea of making $100,000 a month, right?
Yes.
Reggie?
Yes.
Yeah.
So then for me it is, then understand that it's possible. You're talking to somebody who's never graduated high school. You're talking to somebody who ain't never got a certificate, not even perfect attendance. You're talking to somebody who ain't got no type of degree. You're talking to somebody who had 3 eviction notices. Talk to somebody who's seen his mom have 2 heart attacks, and you talk to somebody who makes over $100,000 a month. And he can contest it because he's a rep for me and he sees it. And so the reality is there's nothing different between me and you guys except for finding a solution. Most people, when they go into a situation where they get ready to hit rock bottom, what happens? They panic, they let fear happen, they wonder if they made the wrong mistakes. You ain't got time to wonder. You ain't got time to think about what you did. All you have time to do is find a solution. What's going to make me the next $100,000 in the next 60 to 90 days? That's all I can think about was, Nate, you only have $14,000 in your bank account. I can't go knock on the door to Chase and try to say, they're not letting my money out. I can't go complain on Facebook about how this merchant stole my money. That's not a solution. Most people take negativity and give more negative thoughts to just create negative babies. That's what I like to call it. You create more negative kids all around, and you don't find an outcome. So what's the outcome going to be? When you guys leave this mastermind, when you leave this mansion, what are you going to do? When you can't take pictures no more by pools, and you can't sit outside of a big house, what are you going to do? How are you going to create money? What does your next step look like? And that's the part where it matters. And I know you guys probably like, oh, man, do I feel like, am I talking mean? Am I mean to you guys? Take me, right? This is real. Because at the end of the day, it's like, ain't none of you guys here to be broke. Ain't none of you guys all got people at home, your family, you got close friends that's dependent on you to succeed for you to win. So you're not here to play, right? So what's your solution going to be at the end of the day? What's going to make it happen? Because Rosie's going to make money. Jermaine's going to make money. Mike's going to make money. I'm going to make money. But it's your turn. Who in here has had a 100K month yet?
I haven't yet.
That's what's possible. You're in a field where people are doing this all the time. I've seen people do 100K days. I haven't done it. But I'm in the same field as people who do it, so I know what's possible. Frank Kern does $500,000 net profit a month. Net. That's take home. $500,000. I mean, we in the same field as Frank Kern. Like, being honest, we're in the same field. But what's the difference? Ask yourself this. Where do you allocate most of your time to? Distractions, upsets, disappointments, or jealousy? Wherever you're putting most of your time at is the reason why you're not winning. You got to get to it. Get to it. You ain't doing this for nobody but yourself. You ain't doing it for nobody but yourself. And that's the part that I always want people to understand. It's like, yo, if I can make the money I make, there's no way in hell you can't do it. Because you're smarter than me, you ain't cuter than me, but you're smarter. That's all dudes in here. But you're smarter, you're intelligent, you're creative, not you, bored. You have the same thing, but more. So there's no reason why you should not be crushing my numbers. Like, crush them out the gate. I'm just here to show you it's possible. I don't come from much. I don't come from nothing. I come from a 1-bedroom apartment with a brother, a sister, a mom, and a dad. I come from eating top ramen on newspapers, picking up recycling cans out of trash cans just to get gas money with my dad. You know what I'm saying? So I don't come from much. But I understood that if I'm creative, I can create income. So I just want you guys all to repeat with me. Say, I'm creative. I'm creative. I can create income.
I can create income.
Say it 2 more times. I'm creative.
I'm creative.
I can create income.
I can create income.
One more time. I'm creative.
I'm creative.
I can create income.
income.
So the next time you find yourself making an excuse for why something didn't work, or if you want to point the finger, point it back at yourself because you're creative, right? And you've had thousands of ideas in your mind that you never took action on. And that's your fault because you're the procrastinator. So don't blame the upline. Don't blame the next company. Don't blame the next course you bought. Blame yourself. Because before you tried econ, you probably had the idea to have a car wash. Before you had a car wash, you probably had the idea to have your own library. Before that, you probably had your own idea to have your restaurant. You never took action on those. So take action on yourself. Before you point the finger on anybody else on the next thing that you buy, blame yourself first. Because there's so many ideas you've had that you never took action on. Am I right or am I wrong?
Right.
So that's how I'm going to end it today. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Hey.
As always, man.
Thank you.
Give it up for Dave one more time.